Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of my Animal Crossing series. So, today, or rather the other day, I just played. That's it. No strings attached. Well, I guess the only strings were that I was trying to decorate for fall and stuff. And like Halloween and stuff. So, yeah, watch me do that and like randomly get distracted. So, I started off by putting this spooky tree, I think that's what it's called here. I had started making a Halloween kind of exhibit vibe themed room in Joelle's house, but I just gave up on trying with that house. Every room's like a different themed decoration, like the holiday sets, Halloween, or, well, not only the holiday sets, but my campsite is like, I'm trying to go for like rundown campsite vibes, but also like kind of cute because the cemetery's there, so it's the perfect site for any spooky decorations. And I say cemetery, just a bunch of rocks with pictures of villagers that moved away. Hopefully, they didn't really die. But a weird thing that I do is I always have like a song playing on the island. Oh, it's dumb. But anyways, um, I have a song playing on the island, and I play on all the outdoor speakers. So I don't know, it'd become an island vibe. So this little section is something that I'm like tearing down currently, of just like all the major event furniture. So stuff from festival, Christmas, the June wedding stuff. So I I guess it's like a little memorial over there, but I never figured out how to do it, and I was not creative enough to do it, and I never had enough space. So that's why I'm tearing it down. I took a little pumpkin from there. By the way, this is me doing a voiceover, not current me who's playing in the game. And here I'm visiting the neighborhood F boy, Marshall. See, why does he call me that? I know I said the nickname. Rude. So from the last time I filmed, I don't know if you guys know the newest villagers that were here. Probably because if I didn't film it, you guys don't know. But of course, as you see here, we have Petrie on the island now. I'm just really just trying to get a pic of her and then kick her off the island.
Wait a damn minute.
Because like she's cute and all, but I have too many rupee personality villagers. And yes, I have 3 normal villagers, Maple, Ione, and Lolly, but I don't see that changing anytime soon. So instead of having, 2 snooties, which is Petrie and Judy. Oh wow, that rhymes. But then I'll have another personality. Also, Chickpea just jumped on my head. Don't tell him I told you this, but Octavian might be the next one to leave too. I just feel like he's like lived all his potential here. He's peaked here in America. And even though like he has this whole little zen area, I don't want to go to the effort of tearing it down because I went to a lot of effort to build it, but I also don't want that to be the only thing holding me and like attaching me to the decor and also to him as a villager. Because like Cranston, Octavian, and Apple were they're like my villagers that have been on here for the longest. I even have a little memorial pillar thing next to the cemetery in the campsite. You'll probably see it if you haven't seen it earlier in the video. They're like the founding members of the island, basically. Because Cranston was my original lazy, Apple was my original peppy, and Octavian was my original cranky villager. So that's crazy. I just realized that. But they were my originals. They were part of the original 10. And even though like I've let Apple leave and then moved her back in with the amiibo, like even though like that new Apple has amnesia or something, I still consider it the same Apple. So I went into Joelle's player's house because, like I said before, all the different rooms are themed based around like different themed furniture packs, yada yada, blah blah blah. So, okay, so upstairs where his little music room is, that's what I was trying to make the Halloween theme place. But it just occurred to me in this clip that I probably had to be on his profile to be able to get these things. Girl,
Why you bully me?
don't even ask why he's dressed like that because I don't know. It was probably me selling the clothes he had on his back for extra money or something. But anyways, let's ignore that. There's only a couple of items, so I'm like confused because I remember having like all the spooky items, but I looked and like these are all the things I have, I guess. Maybe I sold some stuff or I don't know, gave it to myself on Cat Island. But I mean, it's enough to work with. Plus, there's enough time between now and Halloween. So I can go to the Nook's Cranny and buy all the rest of the spooky stuff there is, I guess. So I harvested some pumpkins from the little patch I have with all the veggies and stuff. And I also grabbed a random apple tree, I guess. I'm trying to make it a little bit more natural and like run down, but also take away some of these flowers. I had also placed down like some costumes around, because I thought it would be like a cool, I don't know, display of like different costumes throughout the year. I don't know. I'm just trying to be creative. But you'll see later on. I take it down. I left some around the Able Sisters because, you know, that's where you buy those costumes, right? Now, as is customary, every time you see Cranston, you have to say hi to him, okay? Because he's my son and I very much care about his feelings. But to get him into the fall spirit, I was like, you know what? Let's give him some pumpkins. Actually, I was just trying to clear my pockets, and then I realized that that didn't even make sense because it only gave him one pumpkin, and that spot in my pocket was still taken out. But I couldn't help but have noticed, if that makes sense, um, that Angry Coconut, Viz, had Cranston on one of his islands, like a newer island, and he kicked him out. Cranston is not the sharpest knife in the drawer. He's a little, you know, out there, aloof. Um, but I could never see him starting problems. I'm very concerned for the Cranston that he had. The Cranston. I'm very concerned for that Cranston. But yeah, I don't know if you noticed by now, my design style and even my playing style in general is very scatterbrained. I'll see a corner of the island needs a little TLC, stream glow on by turnstile. Anyways, it needs a little TLC, and then I'll go and decorate or have an idea. So that's what happened here with Ione's little section. I don't know if you guys have seen that she's on my island or not. Honestly, I don't feel like going back and checking the previous videos to see if she was there or not yet. But she's here, and I love her, and she glows in the dark, which is amazing. So finally, back to the campsite. I'm adding these little pumpkins scattered around to make it look a little bit more natural, like they were just randomly growing from the ground, and not these random bright ass flowers. But it's kind of hard with me. Like I'm really bad at randomly scattering things. Let me know if you relate in the comments below. Also, my mic is doing this weird thing. Please ignore it. You can still understand me. Grow up. I'm kidding. But I don't know why it's doing that. Just randomly started doing that today. Um, but yeah, I finally got the items from Joel's little Halloween section in his house. And here I am just throwing them around. You'll notice at certain parts, I'm like struggling with my pockets being full. I really could have taken care of that, but I didn't want to get out of the flow and like the creative, I guess you could say the creative flow I was in and the space of mine, you know, girl bossing it up. I'm kind of surprised at how little things I had. Like if you look here in the Nook shopping, like I've had all these things. So I definitely may have like brought it to Cat Island. I'm gonna have to check later or something. Um, but you can't even order the stuff, so I'm really gonna have to go to the shop every single day. Which honestly, logging in a little bit to play now and again lately has been okay. I was, I mean, you probably notice if you're a consistent watcher of my video, which I doubt you are. I doubt there is anybody. But anyways, I stopped uploading videos as frequently, just because, like, I don't know, I was trying to balance my new work and, like, responsibilities, social outings, creative endeavors, music, etc., etc., etc. And so sometimes it's hard for me to, like, set aside a time for me to just record. And I still don't have, like, a solidified gaming space. I really just play in the living room and record it, with my laptop and the TV, which it isn't that bad, but it's like I have to set everything up and take everything down every single time. And even if I have a quick video idea, it takes longer because I have to set everything up. And my lovely angel baby princess Chickpea loves to play with cables, so I try to avoid, you know, all that jumbly cable mess. We are finally working toward, like, solidifying my gaming space at my desk, because I have a desk where I keep my makeup and other things, and I do other things at, but I don't have a monitor, and that's what you need to record and play this game, right? So it's been a little discouraging, but I'm finally getting to a place where my schedule, I feel like, is a little bit more balanced, and I can, do something like I'm doing today, where I recorded, multiple days of me playing and little bits and bobs here and there, and then just chatting about life, loves, and what I'm doing in the videos. So let me know if you like this, because I like watching other creators do this, even if, like, what they're talking about has nothing to say with the gameplay. It's like at least a way to distract your mind while also getting new ideas and catching up on the tea on other people's islands. So, like I said before, I'm scatterbrained, and when I see an area and have an idea, I go and attack it at that time. So, this little greenhouse, flowery display, not really garden area, is right under Maple's house. So, I'm gonna, like, put it out there in the lore that, like, Maple's the one who takes care of it, and she works with Leaf. So the days that he's not here, providing the starts and the seeds and all that kind of stuff, she grows stuff. She's like the local business that gets the imports from Leaf. Let's just pretend we're not buying flowers at Nook's Cranny. Like, this is where Nook's Cranny glets. This is where Nook's Cranny gets the flowers from. But one major bruh moment that I realized, and you might see what I'm talking about later on. I don't know if it's in the clips or not, but this pattern that I found it on the freaking thing where you look up designs. And when I replaced a linoleum design that I had before, I hadn't realized that I had actually used it. So I use it for Peachy's little lab area. So because I replaced it on the custom design portal thing on the phone, it replaced it over there. And I forgot that that happens. So now the floor is all messed up over there. So that's something for future Lars to deal with. And I figured because I put a little patch of garden vibes and flowers near Maple's house, it would only make sense. Um, but also, she has a nature hobby, if I'm not mistaken, and I probably am mistaken, as I am, like, most of the times when it comes to Animal Crossing stuff. You know the vibes. Never getting anything right, never looking anything up. And speaking of my boy Leaf, I'm going to take advantage of the fact that he's on the island. And I bought some shrubs to put around the flowery greenhouse vibe area because I think it would make it look more like official. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's like a public works thing. Like, it's like the town or the island put it out. Something like that. These, like, yellow tea shrubs, whatever they're called, are so cute. I don't really like most of the shrubs, to be honest. They seem a little bit busy, but these kind of, like, match the colors that I've gone for in this little area. And once they grow out, it's gonna all come together. The fall vibes are gonna be intensified. The Christian girl, autumn girls are gonna be rising from the ashes like the phoenixes they are every single year. Honestly, I don't really like pumpkin spice that much because I love pumpkin, but I'm not a spice kind of girl. Like, I like spicy things, but not spices in the sense of like cinnamon and nutmeg and anise or whatever. All of those are like a little too much for me. Like mulled wine, Christmas candles, all of that. Unless it's like the freaking pine Christmas tree candles. Like, I really don't like Christmas trees. Or Christmas candles, I should say. Man, this Petrie is making it really hard to keep her on the island. Like, I don't know how many days I've been giving her fossils, wrapped and unwrapped. And, like, I think I've given Ione more. Like, Ione's been on the island longer, and she still hasn't given her photo to me either. So, like, what's good with these girls? Like, come on, guys, we're all friends here. I'll give you a picture of myself if I could, okay? Just give me your picture so I can remove you off the island. Is that too much to ask, Petrie? So my plan is to scatter some more spooky slash Halloween items around the villagers' houses and their little setups. Here I took off the dollhouse that was on top of Maple's table because I'm like, Maple isn't that childish. Like, I've had that forever. Probably since Christmas or something. So I gave her the little Halloween setup. Um, some activities for her to do. Definitely a cup of coffee. Because she is girl bossing her way through life right now. She needs the caffeine to sustain her. But it's kind of annoying how, like, on the table, when you place on the item, it's like the orientation where you're facing or the table's facing. It's a little confusing. But you could see over here what I was talking about, the flowers in Maple's garden thing. So I want to make it a little bit more realistic. Like, she's actually here just freaking gardening away. So I was like, I barely use my watering can because I don't really care about getting hybrids. I haven't gotten blue roses yet, and I think that's the only flower I haven't gotten yet out of the hybrids and like the rare ones. I even have gold roses. So, like, let's pretend that I have blue roses. And the thing about those are, I would only have them because I'm a bit of a completionist with this game. Like, even though it's been so many years, and by so many years I mean 2 years, obviously, since the game has been out, I haven't finished my Critterpedia for the bugs or for the sea creatures, and like that pisses me off. And during the summer, I was trying to get those rare beetle bugs, the ones that are on the coconut trees on the beach, only a certain time at night. And I was able to get one, which was like the giraffe something. And I still have another one to get. And the sea creatures, I'm not even going to bother to get because it's so annoying to try to get them. I also think I haven't finished the art. The only things that I have finished, like this portions of the museum and the Critterpedia or whatever, is the fossils, which is like the easiest thing because there's always fossils for a day coming up to your island. Um, and then the fish. The fish is like way easier because it's not as rare as the bugs. They don't get scared off as easily. Like the one bug that I'm missing, I've seen it. And like for some reason the rare bugs, they scare away way easier even if I'm not running. Even if like I don't know. I think it's because like if you come from behind the tree, they can hear it because you're closer or something. I don't know. I really like how the little Halloween decoration vibes are coming around. Oh yeah, this is where okay, so I think Lolly is one of my best friends on the island besides the original three that I mentioned because she's the one who's recognizing my hard ass work. This is like the first or second day that I'm decorating with Halloween stuff, and here she is praising me and actually putting in the time to give me the recognition that I deserve. Okay, because the rest of the residents on the island, even the original three, they're a little ungrateful sometimes. Let's be real. I think there should be some sort of like dialogue when you're decorating along the island, or like just a day to day conversation where the villagers can be like, oh, I like this thing that you put in the place. I don't know. You know what I mean? So that way that it's a little bit more personal and it's not just like I don't know, like the same type of dialogue every day, no matter what's going on. Now, of course, because things can't be peaceful for more than like one freaking day on this island, Petrie's here asking to move. Now, it took me a little contemplation and introspection to basically decide whether or not I wanted her to leave or not. I ultimately asked her to stay just because like I haven't got her photo yet, and there's so many villagers who've like come onto the island and left really quickly and I never got their photo. So I'm like, what's the freaking point of you being on the island, you know? So wow, that sounds so like selfish, but who knows? Maybe she might be the next one to leave for the next villager hunt. But those are all the changes and different things that I did on my island today. As you can see here, I'm still adding little pieces that I had in my inventory that I think would suit different areas. I've been trying to push myself to make the island bring me more joy, you know, like not necessarily make it more realistic looking, but like make it make sense. Because as I've mentioned in previous videos, when I went into it, oh my god, Lolly. When I went into making this island, I never really realized that you could give it a theme. But like, as I'm running through my little Halloween areas you just saw, like, that's amazing. Like that you could, I don't know, make it like a little vibe for yourself. I'm actually considering making little clips of like vibey scenes and putting Animal Crossing music over it that we've remixed or slowed and reverbed and that kind of vibe. But let me know if you want to see that. But for now, for this video where we added some spooky fall elements and gave a major facelift to this little area, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with my meandering conversation.